Hello, my name is Philip Guest and I'm the Executive Chairman of Pacific Talent Partners, an executive talent consultancy. As we fast approach the end of the 2016 financial year, I thought I would take this opportunity to update you on what we have been seeing in the market over the last 12 months. I will cover the current market conditions, both domestically and internationally, an overview of the executive talent market, and my view on what lies ahead for the balance of this year and into 2017. So let's start with market conditions. My view is these will continue to remain tight. Whilst Australia's most recent GDP growth figures exceeded expectations and ranked us amongst the fastest growing nations across the globe, unfortunately, the investment required to support future growth appears to be missing and is not expected to return while profits remain weak. As expected, weak commodity prices have been depressing Australia's national income over the last 5 years, but the real concern in the last set of national accounts is that this income weakness has now spread across the economy, with non-resource profits falling and depressed wages growth. 8 of the 15 non-mining sectors measured by the ABS suffered falling profits over the year. Wage growth is at a record low, and the March quarter's inflation result was very weak, shocking the RBA. These conditions are consistent with what we have seen in the global economy, with slow global growth and subdued inflation, and the world approaching a decade of stagnation. Our view is that despite the recent positive headline growth, it is expected that Australia will also continue to follow suit for the balance of 2016 and well into 2017. So what about the executive talent market? In challenging market conditions, having the right talent in the right places is critical to ensuring success. And not surprisingly, this continues to be a key focus of chief executives. At Pacific Talent Partners, despite being a highly specialised talent consultancy, we've been extremely busy over the last 12 months. So what are we seeing, and what does that tell us about the executive talent market? The type of executive roles. We have seen a very broad range of exceptional opportunities come to market across all of our practice areas. In our finance and accounting practice, we have been engaged on a number of chief financial officer roles, listed and non-listed, and other senior finance roles. In the financial services vertical, a head of equity capital markets, a number of equity research analysts, and a director of private investments. In our sales and marketing practices, we have seen sales director roles and a head of operations, an exceptional marketing director role, and a number of senior marketing and sales executive positions. In our other practice areas, we've also been engaged on senior roles, such as a people and culture director, a head of human resources, a chief information officer, a head of legal and compliance, and an executive assistant to the chief executive officer. So all in all, this tells us that the executive talent market remains strong, with plenty of interesting roles coming to market for the right talent. So what about the size and industry sector of our clients? This has been diverse. Our clients have ranged from multinational corporations to large Australian listed businesses, and right through to small and medium-sized enterprises. All have been very willing to engage external support to help identify and attract the right talent. These clients have also covered a broad range of industry sectors, including consumer goods, professional services, financial services, retail, consumer durables, media, insurance, legal, and consulting services. Although not surprising, it is interesting to note mining and resources and manufacturing has not featured in our list. Whilst most of these roles have been based in the eastern states of Sydney and Melbourne, we have also completed engagements in Brisbane and Perth. So are these opportunities newly created or replacement roles? Roughly a third of all of these roles we have been engaged on over the last 12 months are newly created, as opposed to replacement hires. The prevalence of these newly created roles would seem to indicate that businesses are still growing and innovating or adapting to new market dynamics. a real positive for the broader economy. However, the majority of roles that we have been engaged on continue to be as a result of turnover of existing resources, either forced or otherwise. What about executives' motivation for considering a move? The executives we have engaged with over the last 12 months have consistently identified the following key factors as to why they are considering a move: lack of challenge, poor job satisfaction, misalignment with corporate strategy, and work-life balance. Interestingly, remuneration has not been a feature on this list for some time now. The reasons also reaffirm our view that as a client, engagement with your executive talent continues to be critical, as many of these factors could be mitigated with a well-structured and executed mentoring program. Off-market opportunities. Over the last 12 months, off-market opportunities have been more prevalent than we would have expected. These opportunities are roles that are not usually advertised and are filled through targeted search. This increase in off-market opportunities would support our view that the executive market is stronger than many have suggested. So what lies ahead? Looking forward to the balance of 2016 and into 2017, we expect low growth and weak market conditions. But despite this, the executive talent market should remain relatively strong. In these tight market conditions, the focus will remain on the executive leadership team and their performance. And where questions arise, changes are usually made. This will create new opportunities for the right executive talent. Senior executives are also demanding more from their businesses, particularly in non-financial areas. And where the expectations are not met, they are choosing to look elsewhere. This will create more opportunities for others to replace them. Businesses are also having to innovate and adapt to new market dynamics, and that is also helping to create new opportunities in the executive talent market. We expect that this will continue for some time. So please keep in touch, and if you would like a confidential conversation regarding resourcing in your team or finding you your next opportunity, please do not hesitate to call me or one of our team at Pacific Talent Partners.